Many of the world's waterfalls are higher. Some have a more graceful beauty or a more pristine setting. But Niagara Falls has the great force, the massive power to inspire and to mesmerize. It is little wonder that the first European to describe the falls, the French missionary and explorer Louis Hennepin, reported that the waters of Niagara drop an exaggerated 600 feet, or that another 17th century traveler described the falls as 800 feet high. Actually, they are less than a quarter of that, between 167 and 175 feet. But to this day, the torrent of smashing water warps human judgment and challenges the imagination. Scores of writers and painters have attempted to capture this massive vision of cascading water. One such early visitor was the Irish poet Thomas Moore, who beheld the falls in 1804 and was awestruck.
I have seen the falls, and I am all rapture and amazement. I felt as if approaching the very residence of the deity. It is impossible by pen or pencil to convey even a faint idea of their magnificence.
Another writer, the British wit Oscar Wilde, was less reverent.
Niagara Falls is simply a vast, unnecessary amount of water going the wrong way and then falling over unnecessary rocks.
Others have been inspired in a more active, if less poetic, manner. They saw Niagara as a personal challenge and perhaps a way to riches, or at the very least, notoriety. In 1829, a daredevil named Sam Patch built a platform out over the maelstrom and jumped off, twice. He survived his rapid descent over the precipice both times and became the first to challenge the falls on a one-to-one basis. But he would not be the last. Over the years, many daredevils have risked their lives in tightly enclosed drums, barrels, or similar contraptions. And not everyone in that procession of odd entrepreneurs has survived the challenge. The falls themselves will one day perish as well. The reason? The very force that makes the Cascades of Niagara unique, the mighty volume of water, is itself slowly wearing away the rocks that create the falls. The Niagara is one of the shorter rivers in America, only about 35 miles long. But the waters of 4 of the 5 Great Lakes flow between its banks. At times, this one river carries more water than Europe's Thames, Seine, Loire, Rhine, and Rhone rivers combined. And all that rushing torrent roars over the precipice of either American Falls, Bridal Veil Falls, or the great curved brink of Horseshoe Falls, cascading in spectacular curtains of thundering water and swirling mist. The mighty waters wear away the rock at the brink of the precipice with such force that over the centuries the falls have moved upriver 7 miles. The gorge that stretches below is the aftermath. Engineering surveys kept for 150 years reveal that the ledge of Horseshoe Falls is receding at an average of 3 feet a year. Sometimes huge chunks of rock drop off, as they did at American Falls in 1931 and again in 1954, piling up debris at the base. But most of the wear is in small increments as the softer underlying layers of rock erode. Scientists believe that when the falls have cut their way upstream about another 2 miles, the great cascades of leaping water will begin to get lower and diminish into mere rapids, then eventually into one very swift-moving river. However, that change won't even begin for another 2,000 or 3,000 years. That leaves plenty of time for thrill-seekers to put on their slickers and climb aboard the Maid of the Mist to a waterborne, spray-drenched close-up of the cataract. Each year, 6 million visitors come to this place on the border between the United States and Canada to experience its thundering power.